Alright guys, so today we have another top budget beast video, and this is a video that I've wanted to make because there are so many good cards that came out. Before I get into this, guys, if you guys hit that like button, hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate. Anyways, let's get into our honorable mentions today. Alright, so for our first honorable mention today, we actually have Jorge Pasada. Now, Jorge Pasada, he's a great card. The thing is about Jorge Pasada is that there's just a better option out there now. I mean, Pasada, he still rakes against me for some reason. I've never quite used this card at all, but he's got good stats across the board. He's got a really good swing, and a lot of people love this card, and so that's why he made the honorable mentions list. Our next guy is actually going to be Yordan Alvarez, and basically Yordan Alvarez just straight up rakes. I have this guy as a bench bat on my team. Look at the attributes. Dude absolutely destroys right-handed pitching and isn't too bad against lefties. Yes, he's got bad defense, but he's a good bat. He's hitting 326 for me as a bench bat, which is absolutely nuts. And I really like this card. I think he's really cool. I like Yordan Alvarez in real life. I think that he's got a really cool swing, and he just absolutely mashes baseballs. So that's why he's in the honorable mentions. Our next guy is actually going to be someone that you probably didn't think about, and it's going to be Mark Canha. Now, Mark Canha in general, I believe he's a center fielder. I might be wrong. Yeah, he's a center fielder. Alright, this guy rakes. I mean, you look at his stats, he's under 10K. If you're looking for a guy on a budget who's a center fielder, he's not the fastest, so I would advise sticking him in left. But he can even play third base. The guy kind of rakes. He's got 80 fielding out there, which isn't terrible, and he's got a really good swing. I love his BR card, and I think that's really good. So I like Mark Canha, and that's why he's an honorable mention. Anyways, alright, before we get into this, let's just kind of clarify that this is cards that are under 20K. One exception that I kind of had is I had a couple guys that were about 21,000 stubs, but those are guys that you can get for free. Pretty much everybody on this is guys that you get for free, so they're budget beasts in my opinion. Anyways, let's get into our 10th pick. So our 10th pick is actually going to be Garrett Crochet. He's a right relief pitcher. Where is he? There we go. Alright, so the thing about this guy is he throws just absolute gas, so he had to make the top 10. He hasn't pitched too good for me. I'm kind of skeptical about this card. I feel like he's pretty basic, but he throws really, really hard, and he's going to be good for a lot of guys' pins. Don't look at my stats. Maybe mine are just messed up. I've only thrown basically 2 innings with him, so it's nothing just too crazy. Yeah, he has a 10 ERA. He just hasn't done too hot, but I believe that this card is a good card and that he will turn it around for me. He isn't in my pin anymore because I have some other guys that are just a little bit better than him, but I like this card, and I think he's definitely a budget beast. Alright, so for our number 9 pick, we actually have a guy who I love, and this is someone that is just brand new, and he's going to be pitching a lot more for me. It's going to be none other than Framber Valdez. Now, Framber Valdez is an absolute animal. Dude just kind of looks disgusting, and I'm really excited to use this card. Look at the per 9s. Great per 9s. He got a sinker, a curveball, and a changeup. I know that people are like he has 4 different pitches, but they're not necessarily that different. His sinker and 4-seamer are a lot different, so I really like that. I mean, this guy is going to be an absolute animal whenever he's on my team. I can't wait to use this guy. He's in my lineup, and he is a great pitcher, and so that's why he made the 9 spot, as I feel like he's just someone that you need in your guys' pen, especially nowadays. He's one of the better lefties, and I honestly think this card is even better than Chapman. I'm just going to say it. I like this card. Chapman's done very bad for me, so he replaced him. Framber Valdez is a great card, and that's why he's at the 9 spot today. At number 8 today, we actually have a starting pitcher that a lot of you guys have probably faced, and it is actually Alec Mills. Alec Mills is just a good pitcher in general, and I swear whenever I face this guy, he just absolutely destroys me. For some reason, I can't square him up, and I really like this guy's windup. He's got a good swing. He's got really good hits per 9, obviously with the 125, and his home runs per 9 are not bad at 94. This guy is very usable. He has good pitch differentials. His windup is good, and I like this card, and that's why he made the 8 spot today. Alright, so for our next card, we actually have someone that I really like, and it's none other than a guy who I feel like gets overlooked. It's Christian Paget. He's got 99 fielding in center field, which is amazing, with a 97 gun. Yes, his swing isn't the greatest, and he doesn't have the best pop on both sides, but the thing is he just is so good defensively. He's got 92 speed out there. This is one of the best budget center fielders because he's going to play lockdown D for you in center field, and whatever you get from him at the plate is a bonus. I've heard his swing is kind of iffy. Some people like it, some people don't. I think that he's a very usable card, and I think he definitely deserves to be the 7th spot in this list, as I feel like he's just very viable for a lot of different teams. For our next spot today, we actually have a closing pitcher that you guys have probably all seen in my latest videos, and this is going to be none other than Eric Gagne. Now, everybody and their mom has Eric Gagne. Look at the stats across the board. They're just insane. Max out hits per 9, Ks per 9, 95 home runs per 9. The card is nuts stats-wise, and he's got a good wind-up, and he's an absolute animal. He deserves it. He was a Cy Young candidate as a relief pitcher, which is kind of crazy as a closer. It's insane to win a Cy Young, and I think that it's just absolutely amazing that he's just done so good for me. He's thrown 20 innings with a 3.1 ERA, and in the rating that I am right now, with all of these people who are animals and just hit the crap out of the ball, Eric Gagne has pitched amazing, and he's honestly one of my first guys out of the pen, as he just does so good. I love Eric Gagne, and he deserves to be in your guys' bullpen. At our next guy, we have a guy who's actually pretty new, and so it's kind of hard to base this on this guy now, but I feel like he's going to be very good, and that is going to be Max Fried. So I felt like he deserved the 5 spot today because his differentials are so good. I talked about it on my last video, but the thing is that he just has such good differentials. If you look at this guy, you see everything is just a little bit different. I feel like he has the potential to be a lot of guys' 5 starter, and I think that he's really good. I've thought about trying him out. I don't really know yet. I just feel like he doesn't really fit my playstyle, as for some reason, this game, I just hate left-handed pitchers this game. I haven't really had good success with them, so I've been throwing a lot of righties. Anyways, I think Max Fried is good, and I think that you can make a lot of guys' starting rotations, as I feel like he deserves to be a top 5, top 7 pitcher, as he's really good, and he's honestly dominated this year. He deserves this 98 overall card. I like them that they gave Max Fried this good of a card, and that's why he's at the 5 spot today. So as we get into our top 4 of these guys that are interchangeable, honestly, every single one of these guys are absolutely nuts. But at our 4 spot today, this was really hard, but it's Hanley Ramirez. Hanley Ramirez is droid baseballs. I mean, he's good in so many different aspects of the game. The fact that they gave him 91 speed, 92 steal is insane. He hits bombs. He has such a good swing. I know my batting average is bad with this card, but let's go look at his card before this with his 92, I believe. Yeah, I absolutely raked with his 92. This card was insane for me and hit 342 at the beginning of the game. I love this guy's swing. His 98 is just even better, and so I think that he's very good. If you guys do not have Tatis, I highly recommend Hanley Ramirez. I know you might be skeptical about the Silver defense, but I promise you, you won't regret it, and his bat is going to be why he's at shortstop for you. Alright, so for our 3 spot today, we have another postseasons player. Now, the thing about these postseason players is they're honestly just really nuts. I like them a lot, and I really like Gio Urshela. Gio Urshela, I love that he can play shortstop, second, and even first, but I wouldn't play him at first. The thing is he's got a really good swing. He's got gold fielding, and I really like this card because he's got huge pop against right side, and he's got a good swing. This card's swing is really, really good. I love his silver. I think that's amazing. Gio Urshela is definitely a slept-on swing, slept-on card in general, and I feel like he's really good. You can have this guy play shortstop with good fielding. He's going to rake righties. He's really a budget Tatis. Other than Hanley. Hanley's a little bit more all-around, but Gio rakes right-handed pitching just like Tatis does, his 99 overall card. I like Urshela. I think that he's a very good card, and I think he deserves to be in your guys' lineups. Alright, so for our next 2, we actually have guys that are going to make my lineup, and our 2 spot today is going to be none other than Forrest Whitley. I couldn't make this video without doing Forrest Whitley because Forrest Whitley has just been so dominant. In 42 innings pitched, he has a 3.5 ERA. I wanted to put him at number 1, but I just feel like this next guy is a little bit better, and I really like this card, and I just think that he's going to be amazing. 42 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts. Dude absolutely shoves. His pitch mix is just so good. Forrest Whitley is amazing, and he deserves to be guys' rotation. He might be one of the best pitchers in the game. He's been very consistent for me, a lot more consistent than even someone like Orel Hershiser, as Orel Hershiser has a 5 ERA. The only person I think that has done better than him is going to be Nate Pearson, but I love Forrest Whitley, and I think he's really good. At our number 1 spot today, we're finally to the end, and it's going to be someone amazing. I haven't finished the moments yet, so I don't have this card, but he's going to be my catcher because he's a switch hitter. It is none other than Yasmani Grandal. Yasmani Grandal is all you want in a catcher. 94 fielding, a little bit of a noodle arm at 71 arm, But look at these hitting stats. He's a switch hitting hitter. Vision does not matter this year. I don't care what you say. He's got pop on both sides. He's got 90+ contact. This guy is going to absolutely rake. I love Grandal's swing. The thing about Grandal is his switch hitting swing, I feel like, is just so fluid. I love it. I think that it's amazing. I might be a little bit biased because this card abs for me every single year. I love Yasmani Grandal. He's going to be my catcher for a decent amount of time. Definitely until I get my hands on Jimmy Fox. And honestly, Yasmani's a switch hitter, and who knows? I might even just put Jimmy Fox at first base, as I don't really know at this point. But I love Grandal. I think he's an amazing catcher. I think he deserves to be at the #1 spot today. Anyways, if you guys like this type of video and you like this type of content, if you guys can hit that like button, hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it, as it helps me out a ton. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.